Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Teh Shamsina binti Ali, matrix number 2019461096.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mazlina binti Janib. Matrix number 2019485594.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hashimah binti Long Hussein. My matric number is 2019168132.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Zubaida binti Abdul Kadir, matric number 2019657236. Introduction. In Malaysia, alcohol being a small part of our social and culture structure, the case using alcohol can burdening the health, social and economic system. So, alcohol more negative rather than positive. Alcohol abuse related to road accident can cause injury or death. The alcohol abuse is a risk factor global for illness and injuries. Based observation in January till June this year, at least 7 to 10 accident cases were caused by driver below influence of alcohol has caused victim die.
Background. The population of the country still consume very high levels of alcohol. Even with high sales tax rates, Malaysia does not have a valid minimum drinking age limit. Malaysian Sharia law, all Malaysian Muslim are prohibited from drinking alcohol. It is also illegal to sell alcohol to Muslim. Law against drinking alcohol have been strictly enforced, and punishment that include caning for Malaysian Muslim caught drinking are severe and not without controversy. The legal limit of alcohol in the bloodstream while driving in Malaysia is 80 mg per deciliter or 100 milliliter. Selling liquor illegal section 32(1) and 33(1) of the Malaysian Excise Act 1976 required all vendors, retailers, shops and restaurants to have a license to sell liquor. The license must also state where the sale is made. However, illegal moonshine alcohol such as Samsu or Tua or Toddy are usually easily accessible, inexpensive and sold nationwide. Rising health trade and advertising alcohol addiction has caused more significant health trade across Malaysia. The objective policy. The main purpose or focus of the zero alcohol policy outline strategies and activities that are integrated at the national level to produce effect to prevent and reduce the harm of alcohol. The objective are to streamline the legal aspect, increase stricter penalties and ensure effective control over the sale and consumption of alcohol. This FASA is done to ensure strict and effective enforcement. Vision. The vision of the policy is zero alcohol policy. The mission is to make the community aware of the harms of alcohol, mobilize various ministries and agencies to implement health education, enforcement, screening and treatment, and establish rules and policies that protect the community from the dangers of alcohol. Goals: give awareness to the public to stay away from alcohol, as a promotion to the public who care about their drink to express that concern to the public. Alcohol awareness, consistent and relevant assistance and training should be communicated if necessary to manager and staff about proper drinking and alcohol abuse.
Zero alcohol policy. Alcohol consumption in Malaysia has long been a small part of the social and cultural structure in our society, yet over the years there have been an increase in cases of harmful alcohol intake or alcohol abuse that have been burdening the health, social and economic system. The cost of alcohol abuse is much greater than benefits derived of its use and productions. strategies. The first one is education and awareness. Develop awareness through education for all road users to support behavior changes among drivers, riders, and pedestrians, starting with targeted groups such as heavy vehicle drivers and motorcyclists. Next is legislation and enforcement. Support frequent and disclose enforcement action for those who is under the influence of alcohol. This situation may direct and create a potential major impact against behavior change, including development and application of evidence-based national policies and strategies, consider setting appropriate minimum age for alcohol intake, adopt national laws prohibiting driving under the influence of alcohol.
Making comparison with the other countries as a guideline to more stricter sets of law in Malaysia. As we know, Malaysia is not exception anymore in facing death that involves drunk driver. Instead, there are a huge number caused death to others road user. It's been major health concern around the world. While some states have few strict laws to checks for driving under influence, DUI, and other cases that related to accidents. Unfortunately, there are a certain countries that implement inadequate laws to prevent it. For this reason, Malaysia need to impose heavier penalties to those that drive intoxicated, especially that can cause to other people's death. Taking into this account, our government can use a strategy by uptight enforcement of law by doing comparison of Malaysian policies and laws that we've been implemented since today with other countries such as Singapore and Australia instead. I work out with local authority PBT to support zero tolerance policy of alcohol. It can be implemented successfully. Means that there is describes the rigor of enforcement as well as no less important aspect control and prevention. Although essentially this policy paper is focused more on the resolving issues drivers under the influence of alcohol. However, it indirectly related to the issues of controlling the sales of alcohol beverages, such as by putting full of law authority toward the power under authority local, means PBT, to cover all the aspects of licensing and premises of public entertainment centers category, such disco, pubs, nightclubs, and etc. This is to ensure the totally of implementation alcohol control zones by local authority can be more focused and directly on specific area. This is the best way to control based on this zone intended to reduce the risk of disruption to safety and harm in society due to the consumption of alcoholic beverages. This control involves alcohol intake, time limits such as from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. as well. Retail sales are also not allowed.
Technology and public data facilities, which artificial intelligence technology and image processing while driving under alcohol can be detected, and further action should taken immediately to prevent accident from happening.
Building the community. Strengthen or build a community to a healthy without alcohol campaign. Always practice a healthy lifestyle so that health is guaranteed and free from external element of example that encourage people not to consume alcohol because it endanger mental health. When drunk is in public can cause problem to yourself and people around. Next is extensive religious and knowledge. Reduce the effects of alcohol consumption due to stress and depression by providing extensive religious exposure and knowledge, especially for Muslims. It is both forbidden to drink alcohol is great sins. The government should segregate the sale of liquor to non-Muslim. An example, development of a specialized and online application for the sale and purchase of all alcoholic beverage. It is to facilitate the process of tracing and tracking if a problem occur in the future. Control import and export the alcohol. Control the availability or production of alcoholic beverage. That is, reduce the import and export of beverage into the country, an example, market and sales. Next is more enforcement and prevention. The Royal Malaysian Police PDRM has always emphasized on security control, set up roadblock and check the alcohol level on road user because it involves the life of the public. Focus on reduction in road accident and death due to road users who do not comply with law and SOP. For example, the National Security Council NSC is the guardian of the Police and Royal Malaysian Police PDRM, supported by the ministry and agency mentioned in the proposal paper.
Next is education and training on abuse, alcohol. This policy recognizes patterns of alcohol consumption by age, gender, culture type, and alcohol and income. And it brings positive changes in behavioral patterns. And next will be production, distribution, and sales system commercial alcohol products, whereby this policy identify gaps in and between existing law and inadequacies in enforcement.
Educate the sales premise or center. Entertainment is more responsible and careful against the sale of alcohol. The liability of any sales premise or center, public entertainment such as discos, pub or a nightclub does not much prevent his customer from driving in a situation who is drunk. Next is help to eliminate artificial liquor activities. This policy not also help government to control zero alcohol intake that involve drunk driver and cause death to others road user, but also to help the Ministry of Domestic Trade, Cooperative and Consumer KDP.
Awareness to road user. Develop awareness throughout education for all road users to support behavior change among drivers, riders and pedestrians, starting with a target group such as heavy vehicle drivers and drivers motorcycle. This awareness can be further enhanced by including a course syllabus prudent driving in vehicle driving test administered by JPJ. Apart from that, this awareness can be fostered in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Higher Education by incorporating an element of civic awareness. In public transport facility are available to provide transportation service to individuals who are intoxicated.
This is with the continuous assessment on the policy by Ministry of Transportation and Ministry of Interior States. Once the policy zero alcohol implemented, all systematic development of accident case data can have accurately. With the detailed monitoring of alcohol control zone, the enforcement can make more coordination between agencies such as by Ministry of Transportation and Ministry of the Interior States by ensure a more effective and efficient approach. The data and statistics of death due to drunk driver can get easily and more accurate and specifically.
Human or employees obey rules. Employees have clear guidelines on what they can and cannot do. Employees know the support available as well as disciplinary procedure used. The policy raise awareness. They can encourage individuals to take action to correct any problem they face. By reducing problem, you can reduce illness and staff turnover as well as increase productivity. Can reduce the risk of your employees driving or operating dangerous equipment. Next, the collaboration people and government to protect human. The policy advantage government and citizen cooperation in reducing harmful alcohol use aim to improve health and society outcomes for individual, families and community with morbidity and mortality significantly reduced as a result of harmful alcohol use and its social consequence. Among them is preventing and reducing the use of harmful alcohol.
First is policies dealing with alcohol. Formal alcohol is authoritative decision throughout law, rule and regulation. Informal alcohol control take the form of social norm or traditional custom. Second is minimum drinking age. Set a minimum drinking age and make it more difficult for youngsters to acquire alcoholic beverage. For example, start age 20 years old. Third is alcohol education, persuasion and promotion. These popular approaches It has strategies in multiple aim, which is increase the knowledge, trying to lower the risk, or increase the support for alcohol control policy. For conclusion, the effect of alcohol driving skill and level are very severe. This zero alcohol policy aims at minimizing the large implication for the increase in cases drunk driver. Alcohol is not an ordinary commodity. In order to reduce the harm caused by alcohol policy, need to take into account specific situation in different society.